Okay, just take a look at the screen you're watching this on right now. Or, the desk it's sitting on. We think of these surfaces as, well, just surfaces, right? Kind of boring, passive. But what if they're not? What if they have these hidden abilities, these secret superpowers just waiting to be unlocked? Well, we're about to find out.
I know, it sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, right? You drop your phone, you get that awful heart-stopping scratch, and then, poof, it just vanishes. But what if I told you that this idea of self-healing surfaces is way closer to reality than you probably think?
Yeah, this isn't magic we're talking about. It's science. And to be specific, it's the science of advanced coatings. And believe me, it's quietly revolutionizing the skin of pretty much everything around us.
So, first things first. Forget about regular old paint. We are talking about something completely different. These are engineered surfaces that can almost think. They can react, and they can perform tasks. The surface isn't just for show anymore. In a lot of ways, it's becoming the most important, most functional part of an object.
So what is an advanced coating exactly? Well, the easiest way to think about it is like a high-tech veneer. It's this incredibly thin layer, we're talking often thinner than a human hair, that you apply to a material to give it brand new capabilities it would never have on its own. It's basically about adding a layer of intelligence directly onto a surface. Okay, so one of the most amazing abilities we're seeing is self-healing. And the inspiration, it actually comes from biology. Just think about how our own skin heals a cut. And listen, this isn't just some cool party trick. This technology could literally save us billions of dollars in repairs on everything from our cars to our bridges, just by making them last so much longer. So how in the world does it actually work? Well, imagine millions of microscopic first aid kits packed right into the coating itself. Seriously. These tiny little capsules are filled with a healing agent, just sitting there, ready to spring into action the very moment any damage happens. All right, so let's walk through it. Based on research from folks like Zhang and his team, here's the play-by-play. First, a tiny crack forms. That crack then breaks open some of these embedded microcapsules. Instantly, the capsules release their healing agent, which flows right into the crack, fills it up, and then hardens. It's like having a tiny, invisible construction crew on standby, ready to repair damage from the inside out. It's pretty incredible.
But it's not just about healing. Beyond that, these coatings are also becoming our first line of defense. They're being designed to actively fight back against all those constant, invisible attacks from our environment. Things like rust and germs.
So here's the crucial thing to understand. Materials really face two major enemies out there in the world. On one side, you've got corrosion. That's the slow, chemical decay of a material, like rust on a car, especially in a salty marine environment. Then, on the other side, you have microbes, all those harmful bacteria and fungi that can set up shop on a surface, causing damage and even health risks. The whole point of these advanced coatings is that they are being engineered to defeat both.
So how do we fight back against corrosion? Well, scientists are creating these amazing shields for metals. For example, some of these complex hybrid coatings can slash corrosion damage by a whopping 90%, even in really harsh saltwater conditions. And other methods create this super tough armor for metals like aluminum, basically making them incredibly resistant to decay.
Okay, so protecting against rust is one thing. That's huge. But what about stopping the spread of harmful germs on all the surfaces we touch every single day? Okay, get this. One study found that a special coating on titanium, and this is a material used in things like medical implants, killed over 96% of E. coli bacteria. Just think about that. This could be a total game changer for hygiene in hospitals, public spaces, you name it. Now look, all of this high-tech performance is fantastic. It's amazing. But it can't come at the expense of our environment, right? So the next great frontier for these coatings is sustainability, making absolutely sure these powerful new technologies are also green. And the key to making that happen is the rise of what are called bio-based coatings. So instead of relying on the old-school petroleum-based chemicals, scientists are now figuring out how to create these high-performance materials from renewable resources. We're talking about things like plants. And what's really cool is that researchers are creating these bio-based materials that aren't just a green alternative, they're actually better than the old polluting ones in many cases. They're super waterproof, they're incredibly durable, and maybe the best part, they can be designed to break down on command, which makes recycling an absolute breeze. That's a huge deal. Okay, so let's recap.
We have surfaces that can heal themselves. We have surfaces that fight off threats. And we have surfaces that are sustainable. So, where do we go from here? Well, the future is all about combining these abilities into one single, intelligent surface.
See, we're moving away from the idea of coatings that just do one thing really well. The goal now is what's called multifunctionality. It's about creating a single microscopic layer that is, get this, self-healing, antimicrobial, self-cleaning, and sustainable, all at the same time.
And honestly, the possibilities here are just endless. I mean, imagine self-cleaning windows that use special coatings to just repel dirt and water. No more washing. Or how about walls that suddenly change color with the light thanks to these photochromic microcapsules? We're developing graphene-reinforced composites to make engine parts that practically never wear out. We're even creating new eco-friendly flame retardants. Each one of these is like a superpower in its own right, and we are just now starting to figure out how to combine them.
You know, when you step back and look at it, the evolution is so clear. We started with just paint, right? A simple passive layer for looks. Today, we've got these functional coatings that actively protect and repair things. But tomorrow? Tomorrow we're heading towards an intelligent skin, a surface that can actually sense its environment and respond in real time.
And that, right there, really is the crucial point. For centuries, we have defined a good material by its brute strength. How tough is it? But in the 21st century, the very best materials are going to be defined by their intelligence, by their ability to adapt, to heal, and to exist in harmony with our planet.
So the next time you look at your phone or your car or even just the walls of your home, ask yourself this: what if this surface could do more? What surface in your life needs a superpower the most? Because the answer to that question might be a lot closer than you think.